So I don't know if you can see, but there's a considerable amount of rain behind me. And the lake is filling up. And my mind sort of thought of a metaphor. I don't know what made me think of this, but the lake is a bit like our dreams, isn't it? It's almost like the rain is all the dreams we had, and the lake is where they fell when they didn't get completed. The father of three who wanted to be a professional basketball player and had kids early and blames his kids for not being able to achieve that dream. The woman who wanted to be a painter but decided to study biology and follow what her parents said instead of following her true passion. The guy who's in class right now who is studying computer science but doesn't really know that his purpose is something else. All the dreams we have, all the aspirations, they slowly get put down. They slowly get clogged down into a big cloud in the sky of dreams and goals and what could have been of our lives. And due to our fears and our inaction, those dreams turned into rain and dropped into this lake right here. And each day it fills up more. Each day it rains, the water starts flowing out. The dreams that could have been ours start flowing out. But they'll never be ours because we didn't have the balls to pursue them. We didn't realize that the worst case scenario is that we get left off right back where we started. Because think about it, any dream that you have right now that you're too scared to pursue, if you did take that huge risk and stepped into the crevice, what would happen if it all went wrong? Nothing. You would just end up right back where you started. Sure, maybe you would have wasted a year or two figuring out that it wasn't going to work, but at least you tried. And on your deathbed, I don't think you'll regret having tried to go after what you wanted. I think the worst fate somebody can have is to be moments away from dying and realize that they wish they would have done something differently. I can't imagine how many people go into their tombs knowing that they wanted another life and that there's no second chance to do that. I don't know if there's a fear for this, a phobia for this, but if so, that's what I have. I don't want to be close to death when I'm 80, 90 years old and think, maybe I should have done something else with my life. And I don't think anyone else wants that either. I think in an ideal world, we all have enough courage to chase our dreams and to make them a reality. But at the end of the day, it's only a few who take that risk. And the few who take that risk are the few who are remembered. There's this quote from a movie where a soldier is on a horse and the little boy looks up to him and he goes, "How are you not scared?" And the soldier says, "Scared of what?" And the little boy says, "Scared of going to war. I want to be a warrior like you one day, but I'm very scared of going to war." And he says to the boy, "That's why no one will remember your name." This stuck with me because what's the point of living, at least for me personally, if no one is going to remember my name? Maybe it's a bit selfish of me, but I think that there is a way to be quote unquote immortal. And that's with your ideas and your impact. Because if I create a movement now, long after I'm dead, the impact that I had and the movement that I created will live on. and within my ideas and my values. Because they say that no matter if you work in McDonald's or if you're a multi-billionaire, everybody goes to the grave and they can't bring anything. And it's true, but no one talks about what we can leave outside, the impact that we have. So while it's raining behind me, I just keep remembering that all those droplets are the dreams of people who didn't have the courage to pursue them. And they fall into this pond of desperation, waiting for somebody to pick them up, for the dream to get recycled. So I guess the question is, will you let that happen to your dream? Will you let society, will you let your parents, your colleagues tell you how to live your life and tell you what they want your life to be? Will you finally take the reins of your own life and decide where you want to go? Because I may be young and dumb, but I truly think that it is impossible on a long enough time frame to fail in whichever dream you have if you give your absolute best and stay consistent. Because sure, maybe you're not the smartest out of the bunch, you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, but you're really telling me that if you started now and learned everything there was to learn to achieve your dream, that in 5-6 years, you wouldn't have achieved it? Or at the very least, you wouldn't have made stupendous progress. So we just give ourselves excuses at the end of the day. Maybe you don't want to go to college, but you're going to college because there's no other safe route. Is there any truth in that? What is safe? Is it safe to live a life you hate? Is that safe to you? Or is it safe to live a life that's risky, but can pay off? Is it safe to not chase your dreams? Is it safe to live an unfulfilled life, and when you die, you think about all the things you could have done different? Is that safe? Because if that's safe, I don't want safe. I don't know about you, but I do not want safe. I want a story. I want my life to be book-worthy, a life that people can look up to and get inspired by. I don't want a life like the 8 billion people around me. Because those lives are the lives that end up in that pond. Along with their dreams, along with their hopes and aspirations, they end up in a big pond where you can't tell one drop from the other. Every drop is the same because they all have something in common. Nobody took action. So I guess the question is, what will you do? Will you be part of that pond? Or will somebody remember your name? I'll leave you to think about that a bit. See you, bro.